How's it going, everybody? C-RadTV back here in our video. Of course, another week of NFL football upon us, which means it's now time for the NFL Week 16 picks. As 16 games on slate, we're in the last 3 weeks of the season. As the sprint to the end of this year, as the sprint to the finish continues to find out who will be in the playoffs and who will be eliminated. See, of course, last week I went 13-3 with my picks last week, which means my record for this year goes to 155-68. And of course, last week we had 3 teams punch their tickets to the playoffs, and those 3 teams being the Houston Texans, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Minnesota Vikings, which means now we have 7 teams already clinching the playoffs, and only 7 spots remain in the last, with 3 weeks to go. So half the playoff field is set, 7 spots still up for grabs in these last 3 weeks. And of course, last week we sent 2 teams to the elimination station, and those 2 being the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers, which means now we've had 9 teams eliminated, and 9 imposters still remain at large with 3 weeks left. So yeah, of course, a lot of playoff implications, of course, this week, so let's go ahead, let's jump right into it. So starting off, we have our Thursday night game with big playoff implications. This is actually the first time we've had a playoff game get flexed to Thursday night football. So yeah, maybe Thursday night football decided, you know what, we've had enough of having shitty games on here, so now we need some good games on here late in the year. So this Thursday night game, it's the Denver Broncos, Los Angeles Chargers playing at SoFi. AFC West matchup with a lot of playoff implications. Denver clinches a playoff spot with a win or a loss or losses from Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and Miami. The Chargers, they can clinch a playoff spot with a win plus losses from Indianapolis and Miami. So effectively, the winner of this game can punch their tickets to the playoffs, then the loser will have to wait another week. So both teams have a lot to play for this week, a lot on the line. I'm going to go with the Chargers in this one. I think the Chargers are going to bounce back after what happened last week against the Bucs. The Broncos, I think the Broncos are only limited by Bo Nix. As great as they've been this year, Bo Nix might be what cost them maybe a shot at the playoffs or going deep in the playoffs. But in this one, I think I got the Chargers winning this one. Give me the Chargers by 1 and a pick 'em over the Broncos. It's going to be a very tight game. But give me the Chargers in this one over the Broncos. All right, now we get into our Saturday games. Our first Saturday game. Houston Texans, Kansas City Chiefs playing in Kansas City. The Chiefs, they can clinch the 1 seed in the AFC and home field throughout the AFC playoffs with a win plus a Buffalo loss. And of course, we're not 100% sure what the status of Patrick Mahomes is after he suffered that ankle sprain against the Browns last week. There's a chance they might send him out this week and have Carson Wentz come in. But I think the Chiefs are going to be fine without Mahomes, because the Chiefs have always been able to pull bullshit out their ass all year. But I still think even despite that, I think the Chiefs are still going to pull some bullshit against the Texans. But I mean, if Mahomes wins, I think the Chiefs win by 8 points over the Texans. But if Carson Wentz comes in, it could be a closer game. But I'm going to say Kansas City by 8 against Houston. It's a very tough game that can go either way. I'm going to take the Chiefs in this one. I just think the Chiefs will be too much for the Texans to handle. All right, now to our next Saturday game. Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens playing in Baltimore. Pittsburgh can clinch the AFC North with a win, while Baltimore, they can clinch a playoff spot with a win, or they can clinch it with losses from Miami and Indianapolis. So effectively for Pittsburgh, it's a winning clinch hat and t-shirt game, while for Baltimore, it's a winning clinch game. It's a winning you're in game for the playoffs. So a lot of implications on the line. And plus, at the start of the year, I said the Steelers and Ravens would split the season series, and the Steelers won the first game this year. So for this one, I say the Ravens win this one at home against the Steelers, and the Ravens, I think, will punch their ticket to the playoffs, while the Steelers will have to wait another week to clinch the AFC North. So give me the Ravens by 1 in this one over Pittsburgh, and I have Baltimore winning and clinching their spot in the playoffs this week. All right, now to our next game, to the Sunday slate of games. New York Giants, Atlanta Falcons playing in Atlanta. Kirk Cousins has officially been benched by the Falcons. Michael Penix Jr. will be officially making his first NFL start this Sunday against the Giants. And it's going to be very crucial because I almost called Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penis Jr. Because if you replace X with S, because you replace an S with X with S, Penix sounds more like penis. Okay, that's enough jokes there. But yeah, and it's going to be a very crucial point here with 3 games left. And the Falcons still contending with the Buccaneers for the NFC South. And potentially maybe the 3rd seed in the NFC, since the Buccaneers currently have tiebreaker over the Rams in the NFC over NFC conference record. But yeah, very crucial game, but it's the Giants. The Giants have been complete fucking garbage all year, and they're tanking for Shaheer Sanders. So yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons in this one. Give me Atlanta by 1 and to pick them over the Giants. It's going to be a very close game. I think Atlanta's going to play down one because it's Michael Penix's first start. But yeah, I'm going to say the Falcons will find a way to win. So give me Atlanta by 1 in that one. Next game, New England Patriots, Buffalo Bills playing in Buffalo. Yeah, give me Buffalo in this one by 4. Give me the Bills by 4 over the Patriots. The Patriots are just completely dumpster juice this year. The Bills still playing to keep their hopes at the 1 seed in the AFC alive. But yeah, give me the Bills in that one. Next game, Detroit Lions, Chicago Bears playing in Chicago. Of course, last week, Detroit got punched in the mouth by the Bills at home. I think Detroit's going to bounce back. I think that punch in the mouth was exactly what Detroit needed. But don't get fooled by Chicago getting eliminated. That doesn't mean anything. Because as we've seen in the past, a team that has nothing to lose is very dangerous. And you know Chicago would want to play spoiler on Detroit's season right now. And to try and derail any hopes of Detroit having a shot at the NFC North and the 1 seed in the NFC. But yeah, Detroit needing this win to keep alive in the NFC number 1 seed race and to keep pace with the Vikings in the NFC North. But yeah, give me Detroit in this one on the road. Give me Detroit by 1 over the Bears in this one. Give me the Lions by 1 in this one. All right, to our next game. Tennessee Titans, Indianapolis Colts playing in Indianapolis. Indianapolis, this season is on the line in this game as the Colts, they could be eliminated from playoff contention with a loss and a win from the Chargers. Which I do not think the Colts lose this game to the Titans. Give me Indianapolis by 5 over Tennessee in this one. I say Indianapolis wins this game, and I think Indianapolis will keep their season alive this week. So give me the Colts to win by 5 and to keep their season alive for another week in the playoff race. They're trying to still keep pace with the Broncos and the Chargers in the wild card race. All right, next game. Los Angeles Rams, New York Jets playing in New York at MetLife. The Rams trying to keep pace with the Seahawks and the Cardinals in the NFC West, a.k.a. the Injury Bowl division. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I got the Rams winning this game on the road. Give me the Rams by 3 over the Jets in this one. Aaron Rodgers might keep it close, and this game will reignite that Stafford-Rodgers rivalry. But Stafford will get the upper hand over Rodgers in this one. Give me the Rams in this one to still keep pace in the NFC West. All right, now our next game. Philadelphia Eagles, Washington Commanders playing in Washington at FedEx Field. A lot of playoff implications on the line in this game. As Philadelphia, they can clinch the NFC East with a win. While the Commanders, they can clinch a playoff spot with a win. Plus losses from Atlanta and either Seattle or the Rams. So yeah, there's a lot on the line. Like for the Eagles, this is a winning clinch hatted t-shirt game while Washington's trying to have a shot at making the postseason for the first time since 2020. I have a upset a week. I got a weird feeling, but I think Washington's gonna pull off the upset and split the season series with Philadelphia. I mean, we saw Detroit literally had to get punched in the mouth last week, and I think the Eagles need to be punched in the mouth too to get themselves refocused for the playoffs. See, I think the Eagles get punched in the mouth this week by the Commanders. And I have Washington winning this game at home. Give me Washington by 1 point over Philadelphia in this one. And I think Washington will snap Philadelphia's win streak. So yeah, give me Washington by 1 at home in this one over Philadelphia. All right, now to our next game. Arizona Cardinals, Carolina Panthers playing in Carolina. Arizona is eliminated from playoff contention with a loss plus a win from the Rams. So, yeah, and most likely the Rams are going to win, so this will be a must-win game for the Cardinals to make it in to keep alive. It's more so in the in the race in the NFC West. And I do think the Cardinals should win this game. I mean, it's the Panthers. Cardinals should win. Even though Bryce Young has looked pretty good so far the last couple weeks outside of Dallas last week, the Cardinals have no business losing this game. Even though Kyler Murray struggles in December, he should not struggle against Arizona. Give me Cardinals. Give me Arizona by 6 on the road against Carolina. And I think Arizona wins and they keep their season alive for another week. So give me Arizona in this one. All right, now to our next game. Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals playing in Cincinnati. Cincinnati is eliminated from playoff contention if with a loss, while the Browns are still contending for a top draft pick, maybe a QB, because we all know that they need an adult at quarterback, and Deshaun Watson definitely ain't him. And Jameis Winston turns the ball over too many goddamn times. And most likely, this is now going to be Dorian Thompson-Robinson again to start after what happened last week when Jameis Winston got benched once again for throwing too many interceptions. What a shocking turn of events there. But yeah, in this one, I got Cincinnati winning this game. Give me the Bengals by 1 over Cleveland. And I think Cincinnati will keep their season alive for another week and they stay alive in that AFC wildcard race. All right, now to our next game. Minnesota Vikings, Seattle Seahawks playing in Seattle. I badly want to go Seattle in this one, but I think Geno Smith is not going to be playing in this game, so that means Sam Howell will be getting a start in this game. And Sam Howell is fucking garbage. So if Geno Smith plays, then I think the Seahawks might have a chance, but I don't think he's going to play. I think it's going to be Sam Howell. If Sam Howell plays, then it's pretty obvious then that Minnesota is going to win. So, yeah, I want to go Seattle, but I already know it's pretty obvious Minnesota's winning this Sunday against the Seahawks. So, yeah, give me Minnesota. So, I'm going to take Minnesota by 3 over Seattle in this one. Plus, Minnesota needs to win to stay alive in that NFC number 1 seed and NFC North race with Detroit and Philadelphia. So, give me the Vikings by 3 on the road in this one over Seattle. Even though with Minnesota's big win streak, I do think Minnesota's going to get punched in the mouth before the playoffs. And I think that punch in the mouth will come before the Week 18 game against Detroit. But yeah, give me Minnesota. It won't be this week. Give me Minnesota by 3 against Seattle in this one. And for our next game is a battle of 2 teams already eliminated from playoff contention, which you know what that means. Automatic Tank Bowl. So this Tank Bowl matchup sees the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Las Vegas Raiders taking battle in Las Vegas. 2 teams tanking for the number 1 pick in the draft, as those 2 teams are in a deadlock battle for the first overall pick. In a draft where there really isn't a clear-cut number 1 consensus, unanimous number 1 draft pick. It's really a number of guys that could go in that number 1 pick. So, yeah, it's a rare time where the first overall pick isn't a guarantee this year. But, yeah, 2 teams still contending for it. It's going to be a fucking horrible fucking game. I'm going to take Jacksonville in this one. I don't fucking care about this game. It's fucking going to be horrible. Give me Jacksonville by 3 on the road against the Raiders in this one. Give me Jacksonville by 3. All right, now our next game. San Francisco 49ers, Miami Dolphins playing in Miami. Both teams' seasons on the line. As for San Francisco, they can be eliminated with a loss. They can also be eliminated with wins from Seattle and the Rams. They can also be eliminated with a win from Washington, a win from either Seattle, LA, Rams, or the Cardinals. And San Francisco can be eliminated with wins from Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Seattle, and a win from either Seattle, the LA Rams, or Arizona. While Miami's eliminated with a loss plus a win from the Chargers. So in a way, there is a scenario where the 49ers could win this game and both teams get sent to the elimination station. And I think that's a possibility that could happen, even with the 49ers do their job. As for the Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa is the best QB option they have, but because the Dolphins are fucking useless without Tua. But Tua just seems more like a Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr type of guy. Someone that puts up respectable numbers, but nobody takes him serious when it matters the most. And I think that's happening with Tua here. So, that said, I'm taking San Francisco on the road in this one. Give me the 49ers by 5 over the Dolphins in this one. Give me San Francisco by 5. And whether both teams get eliminated or not, you'll have to find out at the end if that's the case. Now to the Sunday night game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Dallas Cowboys playing in Dallas. Oh, look, the Cowboys in another primetime game. What a shocking turn of events. But for this game, there's a twist. As Dallas, they could be eliminated from playoff contention with a loss or a win by Washington. So there is a slight possibility where Dallas could get eliminated before this game happens if Washington beats Philadelphia. Honestly, Philadelphia, I think that's a fair trade-off. If you lose, it automatically eliminates the Cowboys. But even regardless of what happens, Dallas is not winning this game anyway. I have Tampa Bay winning this game on the road. Give me Tampa Bay by 8 over the Cowboys in this one. And after Sunday night, regardless if Washington wins or not, we'll be definitely asking the question, how about them Cowboys? But yeah, give me Tampa Bay to win by 8 and officially eliminate Dallas if Washington doesn't do the job. And now finally, we get to our Monday night game. New Orleans Saints, Green Bay Packers playing in Green Bay at Lambeau. Now New Orleans, they're eliminated with a loss or a win from either Tampa Bay or Atlanta. While Green Bay, they can clinch with a win or losses from Atlanta and either Seattle or the LA Rams. But for the Saints, I think the Saints are going to be eliminated before this game because I have Atlanta and Tampa Bay both winning this week. So I think New Orleans will be eliminated from playoff contention Sunday on their day off before this game happens. Well, I think Green Bay will not have enough happen on Sunday to lock them in. So for Green Bay, it's effectively a win in your in game. But yeah, for Green Bay, I do think Green Bay wins this game. I have Green Bay winning at home against the Saints. The Saints are just completely fucking terrible this year. Packers, I think, will win this game, and I think Green Bay will punch their ticket to the playoffs. And I think this will end up becoming the first time, I believe, in the NFC North, where we had 3 teams in the North all clinch playoff spots on the NFC side. It's happened before in the AFC side, but it hasn't happened on the NFC side. I mean, AFC, it happened last year. It happened last year in the AFC North where we had 3 teams clinch this playoff spot. But I think it will be now the NFC North's turn to have 3 teams punch their ticket to the playoffs. So that will be fucking interesting. But yeah, that'll wrap up my picks. I got Green Bay winning by 2 over the Saints, and I have Green Bay punching their ticket to the playoffs. So yeah, those are my picks for this week. In terms of playoff clinch scenarios, I don't think the Eagles lock up the East. I don't think Washington will have enough help to clinch a spot in the playoffs. I think Green Bay will clinch a spot. I don't think the Chiefs will have enough help to get the 1 seed. I don't think the Steelers will clinch the North, but I do think Baltimore will clinch a playoff spot. And I don't think the Broncos and the Chargers will get enough help to clinch a spot in the playoffs. Too much has to go their way. And in terms of eliminations, I think New Orleans will get eliminated. I think Dallas will be eliminated. I don't think Arizona will get eliminated. I think they stay alive for another week. I think San Francisco and Miami will both get eliminated, as I think enough will happen for where the 49ers, they could win the game against Miami and both teams get eliminated. And I think Cincinnati and Indianapolis stay alive. So overall, I have Green Bay clinching a spot in the playoffs, and I have the Ravens clinching a spot in the playoffs. While I have New Orleans, Dallas, San Francisco, and Miami being eliminated. But yeah, those are my Week 16 picks. Who will be in? Who will be eliminated? We'll find out this week. I'm out.